Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here on Christmas Eve for my review on 90 Day Fiance, Season 6, Episode 10, Where Lies Lie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with your auntie for the long haul. Thank you so much for your continued support. I'm hoping that everybody has gotten all of their Christmas shopping out of the way. You only have one more day to do so if you haven't. I'm hoping all those deliveries are going to be coming on time for you all. Don't forget that on Christmas Day, I will be doing a live video unboxing the Christmas gifts and cards that you all have sent me. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who thought about your auntie during the Christmas season. Also, congratulations to all of those people who are receiving this month's gift from your auntie. I'm hoping that you enjoy those gifts. Congratulations to all of those people who were pulled out of the box. And if you were not chosen this month, remember that I use my super chat money every month to make sure that I am blessing family members. So you don't fear. Don't be worried. I will get to you in another month. We always have 12 months in a year. So, hey, you got plenty of opportunities to have your name pulled. But anyway, let's go on with the review. If I had to rate tonight's episode, I would rate it a B. I am waiting for TLC to get a perfect A out of me. But this episode just isn't going to do it because as long as they have John and Fernanda on here and they don't have anything going on in their lives, I'm just not. They just not gonna get an A out of me. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with those two boring mofos. Okay, so basically we understand from last episode that our girl Fernanda was upset with Jonathan because he spent 45 minutes away from her with his friend, just chatting and having, some drinks, probably at happy hour. We basically see John the next day who says that he slept in a separate bedroom and that he and Fernanda, basically weren't getting along with one another because of this incident. Fernanda at that point said that, she wanted to go home. So I guess she had to think about it for a while. She had to weigh out those pros and cons on whether or not the green card would absolutely be worth it to her, and I believe that she thought that it would be. He says that this is the biggest fight that they've ever gotten into since she's been here. We see her, basically outside. She took a walk and said that she was, just they decided that they needed to have some alone time. And so she comes back into the house, and John is really worried about whether or not Fernanda's going to go back. John talks about all the things that he has done for her, paying for her breasts, and paying for her car and the new Jeep that he has outside of the house for her, the house that he's purchased for the two of them to live in. So basically, he feels like he has brought her for a price, okay? And so he is basically talking about, the things that he's done for her. And but he thinks that Fernanda's going to leave. We all know that Fernanda's not going no damn well. And so basically, she comes in and she says that she wrote a letter. And so he's worried about, this letter that she wrote to him. And basically, hello, TLC. And so basically, she says that in the letter that, she wanted to apologize. She felt that her behavior was wrong and that she wasn't being fair to him about things. And she, really loves him and she wants to stay with him. She indicates that an apology, that she, always has to be the one to apologize first, or prefers to be the one who apologizes first. Thank you so much for the super chat, for the $10 super chat. Thank you. I don't have my glasses on. So if my moderators could please make sure that they give a shout out to that person who sent the super chat, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, I'm hoping that they out here tonight. I didn't even stop to see if they was out here. Let me see if I see a wrench come up there. Sorry for the pause, y'all. Sorry for the pause. Thank you, Josie. I appreciate that. And so, basically, she says that apology does not mean that you didn't win the fight. Basically, if he wins, I win. And so, you know what? That's it. And that's all with the two of them. We're going to go head on and move on to our next couple. Let me see if I can. And that next couple is going to be Kalani and Asuelu. So as we know, last week, Kalani dropped a bomb to her mother, indicating that, she's basically pregnant by Asuelu. And so she believes that Asuelu basically trapped her in this pregnancy, and that, he should have known that it doesn't. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you. And so, basically she, wants to, have this wedding. She says that basically she spent all this time wondering whether or not she was going to marry Asuelu. So time has caught up on her, and now she has to rush and try to get all of her wedding plans, squoze in. She's got to squeeze them in, I'm sorry, into the next couple of days. She and Asuelu are going back to California because basically that's where her family is. And so she wants to be there with her family. And she indicates that they're going to be staying in another Airbnb. And so I'm saying, where's this money coming from? They moved to Utah, allegedly, because they didn't have any money. But now they're going back out to California to get married and staying in the Airbnb. And so basically, she says that the wedding is going to be on the boat. And, she just doesn't have any plans and everything done. So she's stressed out because on top of that, she's pregnant. She's going to be with her sister for a bachelorette party and at the wedding. And she's lied so damn much to her sister that now she's really concerned because here she is with another damn lie. Later on in the episode, she mentioned that, just when her sister lets her guards down and takes this guy in and accepts him, she comes up with, another piece of trash that she's hidden, basically in the garden of her life, okay, or the garden in between her, you know what I'm saying? And so now the sister, is going to have an issue with it. She doesn't know whether or not it's going to be beneficial to tell the sister before or after the wedding. She just, she's unsure about everything. She's just a sorry sack of something on here. Okay, got it. She's just a sorry sack, okay? And so, basically, she doesn't want her family to think that Asuelu got her pregnant just to trap her and lock her down. But I really do believe, as many times as she said it in this episode, that she believes that her damn self. I don't believe that it's just the family that believes that. I believe that she believes it too. But she alleges that she loves Asuelu and she really does want to get married to him, and she's figured all of that out in a 90-day period and all of that. And she doesn't know whether or not the revelation of her telling her sister about this wedding is going to ruin it for her or her sister, her mother, or whomever. So basically, we see Kalani meet her mother and her sister at the nail shop, okay? Because it's a couple of days before the wedding. And so, you go and get those nails done. You know what I'm saying? You know what we do, women. And so basically, she's sitting in there, and the mother eyes is, big like this because the mother doesn't know whether or not this stuff is going to slip out. So the sister's like, are you ready? Excuse me, y'all. So the sister's like, are you ready for this? And, everything. I remember the last time that we were together, basically, it was on the pop and it was a little argument at the house. Is things better? And she's like, yeah, things are better. I've made a decision that this is who I want to be with. I do want to be with Asuelu. And so the sister is like, oh, okay, cool. So, the bachelorette party is tomorrow. Are you going to be drinking? So instead of her just, being quick up on her feet and everything, she's sitting there looking dumb as a doorknob, like, I mean, are you gonna be drinking or what? She has this funny way that she holds her mouth like, say it. Are you going to be drinking or not? And so basically, the sister's like, I mean, I know that you breastfeeding. Why couldn't she think of that? Why couldn't she, instead of her feeling like the sister was reading, a reading through her, the sister's thinking you're not going to be drinking because you're breastfeeding. She has no idea that your ass was irresponsible and got pregnant by Asuelu. Okay, so basically, she's like, no, I'm not. And the mother's like, she's, basically the mother want to tell, and so basically, she, it's horrible. So the sister leaves on out. She's like, Mom, I see you tomorrow. Sis, I'm going to see you tonight. And so Kalani's going through all of these things in her mind about how her sister's going to process this information. She absolutely cannot make a decision on her own or live in her own I don't know. I just don't know how to explain it. It's like she wants her family acceptance, but she's sneaky as fuck. Because she's sneaky, she tricking with the man with Asuelu. She's swinging from chandeliers and all of that kind of stuff, doing splits and all kinds of stuff. She's just a hot ass tamale, but when she gets around her sisters and everybody, she want to act like, she come on. I mean, you basically over there doing everything that a wifey would do with Asuelu, but then when it comes down to your sister, you want to try to act like you that good old Mormon girl and that you so innocent. Come on, everybody know you swinging off the ceiling with Asuelu, including your brother. So basically, she goes on, to the bachelorette party and everything. She's got a little, mess on her head and everything. She's basically looking like a bride, and it's got some little lights, and her little girlfriends and everybody are there, and they're excited and everything. And so it's her sister. And so basically, they're in a little restaurant and everything, and they put this little, weenus thing up to her face, and they like, what's the sexiest thing about Asuelu? And she's like, oh, his weenus, okay, because I know Asuelu's packing a weenus. And so basically, she's like, his weenus. And so the sister, they like, so they kind of laugh, and they like, dang, that's the only thing that's sexy about him. She says, what else could be sexy? And they were like, many things. And see, that just lets you see how naive she is about life and about sex and about making love and about, just, the thrill of it all. Like, she's unlearned. She doesn't know anything. She probably need to get a couple of books and, some whatever. And so basically, she's sitting there, she's having a good time, and she tells her girlfriend, she's like, look, I need to talk to my sister by myself. And so, they're like, okay, girl, go ahead, we'll entertain ourselves. So she goes over there with her sister, and basically she sits her sister down, and she tells her sister, I promised you that I would not lie to you. There's a secret that I've been keeping from you, and basically I'm pregnant. And so the sister, she's like, no, you've got to be kidding me. And she's sitting there with her mouth like this again. And so basically, the sister is like, you serious? And so she starts crying. The sister is devastated by it. She's like, I don't even want to do this. She gets up from the table. She walks away. She's like, I cannot believe that my sister is pregnant at this point. And she says, she gets outside with her sister. She can't, she knew that she was going to get a negative reaction out of her sister. Kalani was hoping that she wasn't going to cry, but that's exactly what the sister did. So when the sister went outside, she said, you're a grown-ass woman, and Asuelu can't work. And she basically thinks that Asuelu is just stoked by the possibility of trapping her. And she says that, basically he doesn't even understand the concept that we can't take care of a baby. And I'm saying your sister is stoked that she's pregnant again, and she doesn't understand the concept that she can't have another baby, that she shouldn't be having another baby. Because at the same time, just like you said, she's a grown-ass woman responsible for whether or not she gets pregnant or not. I mean, it just is what it is. And so basically, the sister is really upset. She goes back into the restaurant. She doesn't really have a lot to say to Kalani. She goes into the restaurant. The girlfriend sees that she's crying. They walk over and they hug her and everything. And she, basically goes, says, let's go to the bathroom. You know how we do as women. We always go into the bathroom. And she goes into the bathroom. She's like, y'all, guess what? That bitch pregnant. And they were like, no, no, she not. She like, yeah, the bitch is pregnant. And so basically, she's upset about it because she honestly believes that Asuelu did this in order to trap her sister. And I don't know whether or not Asuelu did that or not. I know last week when Asuelu was sitting on the sofa and he was talking to Kalani about her being pregnant, and he was talking about, not trapping her, and that, he wasn't trying to stay here unless they were really being married. That was the first time I kind of questioned Asuelu, because Asuelu, as soon as he talked about not trapping her, not getting her pregnant on purpose, his next thing was, well, thank you so much for the super chat. His next thing was whether or not she wanted to marry him. And she's like, I made a decision that this is what I want to do. Even when she went back and talked to her sister, she told her sister, I've made a decision that I do want to be with Asuelu. This is something that I want to do with him. And so the sister is like, okay, basically she doesn't understand this whole thing. She said it doesn't feel good. She doesn't believe that Asuelu is the man for her sister Kalani. And basically, she's done with the whole thing. And I mean, at the end of the day, you really can't blame her, because her sister has a whole lot of stuff that's going on. And she's always coming up with something. If it ain't one thing, it's another, like the sister said. Every time you turn around, she's doing something dumb as hell. And then she sits there and she is so alleges to be so worried about how they feel about how the family feels about it, but she doesn't consult the family before she does the stupid stuff that she does. And I just don't understand what her frame of mind is, because at the end of the day, if you're pregnant 9 months, okay, you got 9 months to carry that thing, and it's going to show up. So it's no need of even lying about something like that. The next couple we want to talk about is Raggedy Ass Eric and Lita. So basically, we see Eric sitting his sweaty ass at the restaurant with his kids. Jenica is rolling her eyes up to the top of her goddamn head, okay? Jenica is done with her father and done with Lita. She doesn't know what to do. We see our beautiful Tasha and Tanel sitting there, and they are just like fit to be tied. So it looks like they all got to the restaurant before Eric gets there, because when Jenica had to let him in to see, she was like, oh my God, oh my God. So basically, he sits down at the table, you know what I'm saying, sweaty as he can be, and basically says, I know things are tense right now. And so Tanel was like, that's an understatement, mofo. That's an understatement. Now, one thing I noticed about them sisters is they love to use that S word. So we won't be using that word on this channel. But they love to use that S word, and I'll be cracking up laughing when they do. Okay, so basically, the producers got Jenica outside, and they was like, do you know what's going on? And she says, holy jeez, I'm gonna die. Things is not proper. It's not proper. I'm going to die. She said it doesn't mean that you go on a rampage and put people out because things are not proper. Jenica is holding her head. She's done. She's seen these things. And so she's only mimicking what she has already seen Lita do in the household. And so basically, they take us back into, basically the restaurant. And so basically, Eric is sitting there trying to plead with his daughters, trying to convince them that the right thing for them to do is to come to his damn wedding. Basically, Tasha tells her dad, he asked asked her about a place. She says, I got a place, no thanks to you, mofo. You didn't help me get a place. You basically threw me out of the street. And Eric's like, I didn't throw you out on the street. She said, I find it hard to believe that my father would be sorry about anything when he is the one that kicked me out on the street. Because Eric is sitting there trying to say that he is sorry about the way that things have gone. And then the thing about it, he contradicts himself because he tries to make all these damn excuses about why these things happen to Tasha. So basically, he tells Tasha, Tasha, you knew that she was coming here. You knew that you were going to have to move out. And everything. And so Tasha's like, but so you're trying to justify the way that things happen and the way that she put me out of the house. You're trying to justify that by saying that I knew. So she basically was like, I'm at a house and there are 8 other people living there. This is a temporary situation. So basically for Tasha, you did put her out of the house. And so Tasha's like, how can you justify that? He's like, well, but you basically made me choose between you and Lita. And she said, and her and her sister said at the same time, no, she made you choose. And that's exactly what she did. And just like Tanel said, it's the way that she did it. The way that she put Tasha out of the household. So he's going to say that, basically he's going to say that he's not responsible for what happened or the way that it happened. And so basically Tasha was like, oh yes you are, because you sat on the phone and you wouldn't even defend me. You sat there and said that you couldn't even defend me. Thank you so much for the super chat. You sat on the phone and said that you could not and you would not defend me, Dad. And so although you were not there, you are responsible because you backed Lita up. And so then we see Eric later, being interviewed by the producers with a damn tear in his eye. This mofo got the nerve to sit up there and try to cry and act like, he feels sad about this situation. He's just embarrassed. And so basically, he's sitting there, I'm talking about this is his last chance at love. That he spent 20 years of his life taking care of his children, and now it's time for him to take care of him. Well, guess what? Anytime you are saying something and you use the word but, you cancel out what you've already said. So basically you're saying, Eric, that you want your children to accept you. You want them to accept your apology. You want them to believe that you are remorseful about what happened. But with the same tongue, you turn around and say, but this is about me. I've sacrificed and I've given them 20 years of my life and I'm not giving them anything else. This is my last chance at love. You must have very low self-esteem and must be just one raggedy ass mofo where you believe that you are not worthy of the love from a woman who can not only love you but love your children too. You believe that you are so low down, gutted, nasty, dirty, trifling, funky, nasty that this is the last opportunity that you would ever find love is in Lita. And the thing about it, it's not even genuine love from Lita. Lita don't give 2 flying fucks about Eric, okay? I mean, let's just tell the truth about it. And I'm going to tell you why, because we're going to talk about what happened when she went to go and get her makeup done. And so basically, Tanil is like, Dad, hear what I'm saying. I'm having a problem with what's going on with Tasha, too. You're trying to make this all about Tasha, but I got a problem with this, too. She basically told her father that this is some bull sugar ice, honey, iced tea. She said, this is some BS. We're not going for this. We're not going for the fake ass apology. And then he said, but girls, I want y'all in my life. I love y'all, but I love you, but I want you to come to the wedding, but I mean, you made me choose. Lita made you choose. Just like Tasha said, it wasn't nothing. She went off and kirked out and put me out over a dirty room. She didn't like me from the giddy up, Daddy. And Eric knows that. He knows that. He's going to tell the girls that he wants to resolve this before the wedding. You just want to show face. You want to save face and make everybody think that, y'all one happy family and everything. And you know what? Just like Tanil said, this BS is rubbing me the wrong way too. Tasha said, you know what? I don't care what he say. I don't care what he does. I'm not going to that wedding. I am not going to show up. She says, because if I show up, what does this teach Lita? This teaches Lita that she can do what she wants to do, say what she wants to say to me, put me out on the street, and that I'm going to come back and kiss her ass and sit up at her wedding. She can treat me poorly and treat me any kind of way she wants to, but I'm going to show my ass up. Tasha said, I don't care what kind of apologies that my father makes to me. Okay? I will not be showing up at the wedding. And guess what? Her sister's not going to be showing up at the wedding either. And so basically we see Lita later on. She's at the, at some kind of little rinky-dinky as generic Ulta or Sephora's getting her makeup done. Okay? And so, I don't know why she's getting it done. I guess maybe she's getting it done for the wedding or whatever. Thank you so much for the super chat. And so basically, she's trying to get it done for the wedding and everything. And the sales lady, she basically thinks this is her friend. She says she can't talk to the middle daughter. She don't have no relationship with the middle daughter. Well, lo and behold, boo, based on the interview that I did with Lita and Tasha, you ain't got a relationship with none of them, not even with Jenica anymore. And so basically, she sits there and talks about, how she was in this previous marriage that only lasted 2 years. And she said that she didn't love that mofo, but she fell in love with Eric in 7 days. No, you fell in love with America when you was a little girl, bitch. You fell in love with America when you had dreams of being a doctor in the United States of America. That's what the hell you fell in love with. You didn't fall in love with Eric. You're still not in love with Eric. We never see you be passionate or anything like that. Okay? So basically, she says that she was with her husband. She didn't want to be with him, and she was with Eric and everything. But then she turns around and says, but I wish I could turn back the hands of time. I wish I could rewind this, okay? And I could marry somebody who's single and who don't have any children. Because this mofo was coming with a whole lot of baggage, especially his middle daughter. And so I really don't even want to be with this mofo. Ain't that this woman behind Eric's back, Eric, the man who thinks that this is his last chance at love, is behind his back telling everybody how he's got baggage. She don't like the child support, and she wish she didn't have to marry his ass. She's talking about the 90 days and it being too fast for her to, to be able to make a decision. You made a decision about the United States a long time ago. Then she sits there and says that her family told her, bitch, you could do better than him. But she loves him. No, you don't love him. The young lady, the saleswoman, asked her, is your family going to be coming here? She said no. Basically, it seems like to me that her family was ready to get rid of her ass. Her family came over here, made sure that it was American soil, made sure that he was real, made sure that they could pinch him, touch him, and see whether or not she really had an opportunity to live here in the United States, and they booked their asses out of here on the first thing. The first thing smoking, okay? Back to Indonesia. They could not wait to drop that woman back over here. And basically, you're sitting in there with somebody who's doing your makeup and didn't do a good job, in my opinion, doing your makeup, and you talk about it's good to have somebody talk to. This bitch ain't your friend. She up in here collecting your coins, boo. Then she gonna sit up there and tell me something. I had people to take care of all of this stuff when I was in Indonesia. Okay. Okay, but they couldn't take care of that green card situation for you, though. They couldn't handle that for you. And so now you over here with Eric. And instead of you making things easy for him like a woman should do, you making things hard for him and everybody else in his life, okay? Eric basically is sitting down next time, we see their raggedy asses. They sitting down at a park, okay? Because she leaves out of there and she says, you know what? I really basically think if I don't get what I need, if he doesn't make me a priority, if he doesn't do all the things that I think that he should do for me, I'm going to take my ass back to Indonesia, married or not, okay? So basically we see Eric. Thank you so much for the super chat. The next time we see Eric, he's sitting in the park with Lita. They're walking through a park. And she's like, where are all these bugs out here? And he's like, because they help, the trees to grow or whatever. They're a part of nature. And she says, it's not clean. The park looked pretty clean to me. A bug does not make a paw dirty. Okay. So basically, she's walking through there. She wants to continue on with this I'm so clean bit. But if you were so clean, you didn't need maids and handmaids and all those clothes that were hanging in your living room and in your dining room on racks. That didn't look pretty clean to me. But anyway, I'm going to move on. So basically, he says that he has to make Lita understand that she has to accept his children and that they're part of his family. And so that's why he's taking her in this park to talk. So basically, he says that before he can even move forward with her, she has to understand that he wants his kids to be part of his life. And he doesn't want her to think that it will just be cut and dry, that, he would choose her over his children. And she's like, wait a minute, Eric, are you putting me first? Are you making me a priority? So next thing you know, he backpedaling, pussy popping, and talking about, well, no, I'm not saying that. She's like, because it's going to take a long time, and I'm talking about a real long time, for me to get along with Tasha. I don't know what it is about Tasha. I think that any woman that he feels that she feels like he has some affection towards, or he likes her, she's jealous because, as Tanel said and as Tasha said, she was his favorite. She was the one that he was close to. And so she's basically making it her business to make this woman, make this girl miserable, because she's the closest thing to her daddy. And so basically she's like, it's not her fault that all of these things happened in their relationship and in their marriage. And Eric's like, and she's like, because basically I can go back home. And Eric says, this is basically emotional blackmail. This is emotional blackmail. Every time I bring something up about my kids, or every time, we're talking about Tasha or about the wedding or anything like that, the first thing you want to say is, if Tasha's going to be there, then I can go back home. But guess what, Eric? You didn't nip that in the bud the first time she did it. So, of course, she's going to continue to keep saying that, because she knows that it's work. This woman has watched you, Eric, respond to that statement from her by putting your own daughter out your house. And so you think that she's not going to continue to use this tactic? It works. Whatever works is what she's going to stick with. And damn it worked. You kicked your daughter out the fucking house. And then you sit there and act like you don't have a responsibility as a father for this. The father says, I want my children to be there. This is important to me. It's embarrassing. Ain't that I really love them like I should as a father? Because you see the cold-blooded, cold-hearted stuff I've done to them. It's just that I need to save face in front of my other family, in front of my father, in front of my other family members. I need to save my face. So I want Tasha to be there, basically. And so, baby, y'all got to excuse me for sweating. My daughter's in here cooking something up terrible, and it smells delicious. And the house is hot as hell. So excuse my sweating. I can see, I'm sweating. Okay. But she's cooking, okay? All righty. Okay. And so basically, it's like, he said, if Tasha, I even want Tasha to be there, even if she in the back. She said, but I'm not going to even talk to her. I don't have nothing to say to her. And I can leave. That's how serious I am, and now I don't want to be bothered with her. And then she tells Eric that she loves him and everything's going to be all right. That she gave up everything in Indonesia to be with him, and she ain't going anywhere. Then stop faking like you are. As you all know, allegedly, there have been some posts and everything that were out there on Instagram that indicated that Lita was fired allegedly from TLC. I don't know whether or not it's true. I have not even taken the time to investigate it, but allegedly she was fired. and we won't be seeing her again. I don't know what that's about, but you know what? If you know, put it down in the comments section along with the receipts. There also is an allegation that the company, another company that she was working for, has dropped her ass. Okay, and I believe, and basically, allegedly, she's blaming Tasha for this, but she can't blame Tasha for this because these people are looking at you. You are representing their brand, and when you sit there and you want to, throw kids out on the street and do all of that kind of stuff, that's right. Who is that said karma? You're daggone right. When you want to sit there and throw people kids out on the street and be disrespectful and then do a video and put a video up talking about you're not for child abuse and all of that kind of stuff. Child abuse doesn't have to be physical, leader. Child abuse can be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So when people are looking at you and you're behaving in such a way, and then you're going out there and making memes against people, and then last week I don't know what it was about you. When I woke my ass up in the morning, you gonna sit up there and tag me on a whole bunch of Instagram posts. I'm not interested in you, leader, not right now. I do believe that you need to have an opportunity to still tell your side of the story, but I think TLC already did a good job at that. And I am out here for the underdog. I'm out here for the person that doesn't get an opportunity to have all of that camera time. So don't tag me on another goddamn Instagram post, okay? I'm not interested in you feeling sorry for yourself. I'm not interested in you making excuses for your behavior. I have seen what you have done, and there have been some times when I felt like, oh my God, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong about it. But you know what, leader? Week after week after week after week, you have shown the same kind of behavior, and I don't give a damn about you. Don't tag me on another damn Instagram post. You or Eric. You or Eric. Don't tag my ass. I don't give a flying fuck about you. So anyway, basically, the wedding is the next day, and she tells Eric, if you keep pissing me off, I'm gonna leave you. Basically, at the end of the day, as soon as her little stuff dry up, she's out of here. The next couple we're going to talk about is Steven and Olga. Basically, Steven, Olga goes over to her girlfriend's house because, she's a little concerned. The baby is now a United States citizen and has his passport, and so she wants to go over there and kick the bobo with her girlfriend and tell her girlfriend, about what happened with, Steven and everything with the visa process. So she goes over there to her little girlfriend's apartment. Girlfriend got a nice ass apartment. I was like, go ahead, girl. I love the kitchen. All right. So basically, she's sitting at her girlfriend like, you want a drink, girl, because you want a good side of, you want a good side. And so she's like, oh, okay, yeah, just give me some water. I'll be like, no, you got some wine or what you got in the house. But anyway, I digress. And so basically, she's sitting there and her and her girlfriend go into a conversation, and she starts talking about, Steven and how Steven, went and got the birth, went and got the visa and everything. And so the girlfriend was like, look, I don't trust that mofo, okay? It's just something about that mofo that I don't trust. Are you sure, Olga, that he apply for your visa? She was like, I just don't think that he applied for your visa because basically it been taking too long, and it just seemed like he over here just to get the baby, and he's not over here for you. So Olga was sitting up there like, well, damn, ooh, ah, ugh. Ooh, I basically was thinking the same thing. I mean, I never heard Olga be so expressive, but Olga was like, oh, ooh. I just thought it was me thinking that her girlfriend was like, no, I don't trust him. Olga, something is up with this. I think he just wants to, basically, play games with you. And so she was like, yeah, because he wants to take the baby to America and leave my ass over here. And so her girlfriend was like, what? Girl, I'm telling you, I don't believe that he applied for that visa. And so basically, And so basically the girlfriend has put this thought in Olga's mind. The thought was already there, but Olga, you know how sometimes you gotta go to your girlfriend or your homeboy, and you gotta run it past them just in case you thinking, well, maybe I'm the only one thinking this way. So basically, we see Steven walking in the park with Olga, and so they're holding hands and everything, and the park is beautiful. It's a beautiful time of the year. It looks like it's mildly, the temperature's a little chilly and everything, but not enough for a mofo to have on like a heavy winter coat. And so basically they're walking through the park, and he's like, I gotta tell her something. And so, he's been keeping a secret. So Olga sits down with her, with her dependent coat. Oh my gosh, she's so dependent on this man. It's so sickening. It's just so sickening. So basically, Steven sits her down and tells her that he didn't apply for the K1 visa. He said had he applied for the K1 visa, she would have been in America a month ago. She would have been able to have her baby in a hospital in the United States. He wouldn't have had to go through all of that. But instead, this mofo lies to Olga and lies to all of the people who gave him money on his first, and I'm saying his first GoFundMe. Because if you all remember, when I came out here, I did a review on this. I think it was the first week or first or second week of this. Okay, we in week 10. And he had done a GoFundMe before he even went over to Russia to fund her visa, to fund his flight, and to fund the stuff for his baby. And here we find out that this mofo didn't even apply for her visa. So what happened to your money? What happened to the money that all of y'all said he was just being a responsible man by doing a GoFundMe? Well, the bitch didn't apply for it till he got his ass over there, okay? And he tricked this woman. He bamboozled this woman into thinking that this is, basically, his intention was to go over there, let that woman have that baby, okay, and bring that baby back. And the only reason why I say that was his intention is because that's what he said out of his own mouth. Basically, he said that he wanted to bring the baby to the United States, but something snapped in his brain. Somebody told him something. He found out a little bit of information, I believe, when he went into the embassy, and it changed Steven's beliefs about what he could and he couldn't do with that baby, okay? And so basically now he got to backtrack, okay? He got to pussy pop. He got to tap dance around his damn lie. And so now he's got to sit there and tell Olga and make it seem like he is giving her permission to keep the baby over in Russia. And I don't believe that, because I've seen some articles and some documentation where it says that she would have had to been in agreement, and she would have had to have signed and agreed for him to take that baby over to Russia. To the United States. And I don't believe that he could do it. And so now he's going to tell her, I just applied for it when I got here because I didn't know what was going on with our relationship. She said, well, Steven, why didn't you tell me this before you came over here? You could have, I've been asking you and sitting around waiting and waiting and waiting. And you assured me, Steven, that you had paid for the visa. You told me that you had applied for it. This mofo never did. And then he makes the excuse because she's so damn gullible and she's so dependent on him. She needs him so badly in her life, and she wants such a better life for her child. She's so damn desperate. Desperation is just oozing out of her turtleneck, okay? And he's just totally, in my opinion, taking advantage of this girl, taking advantage of her poverty, taking advantage of her ignorance. He is just totally, to me, gaslighting. He is just totally gaslighting this damn woman. Totally. And I may be wrong, but I'm listening to what Steven said. Before he went into that the U.S. embassy, he was talking big trash about taking that baby to America. Telling her she didn't have any choices. It wasn't her choice. He sits up on the bed like, you ain't got no choice. You ain't got nothing to do with this. You ain't got jack to do with this. But when he came up out of there, his whole little attitude was different. I really believe that Stephen's intention, what Stephen said out of his mouth, is what Stephen's intentions were. His intentions were to take that baby out of that daggone country and bring it back to the United States because he felt like he was wronged when he was a little boy. And so because he didn't have his father in his life, okay, he had a right to take that baby from Olga. And Olga, I believe, would have laid down and gave that baby up, believing that Stephen knew what was best. Stephen's a little boy. This mofo still, to this day, got another GoFundMe saying that he is in some type of apprentice program and he can't afford to take care of his family. So I believe Olga must be here because he's talking about the three of us. He's only making $16 an hour. Well, hell, you doing better than some people. They only making $9 an hour. Okay, $11 an hour. He says that he has the potential of making $32 an hour. Okay, well, good. Hip, hip, hooray. God damn it. But you know what? You're going to have to stop it with these GoFundMe because you're going to have to find out that it's not easy for a lot of people. Everybody living one paycheck to paycheck. Well, some people. But you know what? Most of America is 2 paychecks away from being homeless. Here you got a goddamn government shutdown. The economy, the daggone stock market is up and down and we don't know what the hell's going on, okay? Because we got to build a wall. We got to build a wall. So, mofo, now you sitting up here asking now for another damn GoFundMe. You done tricked the damn girl. And now he going to sit up there and say, the baby can stay with you. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead on the propose and put a ring on your finger. Now, one thing I can say is that Olga looked like she's terribly in love with him. Olga was the happiest I've ever seen her. Her whole little face just lit up. Okay? Her whole face lit up. Because she's thinking about the potential of living that American dream that this mofo has given her. All these mofos on this 90-day fiance thing has got to realize that they cannot sell people dreams. You can't do it. You don't have the power and the ability in you to do it. And you definitely don't have the finances because you living off of the finances of other people. You got a damn GoFundMe and talking about I feel embarrassed to even have to ask for a bitch. No, you didn't, because when you did it the first time and people made excuses as to why it was okay for you to do it. Damn it, I knew another one was gonna come. And before the end of next spring, another one's going to come out because you bit off too much that you could chew. You bit off more than what you could chew in your life by having unprotected sex and bringing that baby in here, and then having to do it with a woman in another country, pay for a K-1 visa to bring her ass back over here, and you ain't nothing but an apprentice and a waiter. You don't have the ability to take care of the baby, damn it. And so now you want to put it on the backs of other people. And when you bring her ass over here on the K-1 visa program, you got 90 days to marry her ass. And then you responsible for that ass for 10 years. So you think your back broken now? Your back damn sure gonna be broken later on. Because all of us, okay, all of us at this time of the year is feeling the grip, mofo. All of us are feeling the grip. Everybody is looking for a way to reduce to reduce the things that they have. Cut off the cable bill. Run the lights only at night, damn it. Got the fridge on. Shut everything down in the damn house because things is getting hard out here. It's not getting any easier. But all of us that know where our help come from, we're able to keep our heads lifted up. And we're able to make it through, okay? Because we done seen worse times, mofo. But you gonna sit up there and lie to this girl like this? Olga was confused. She was angry until that damn ring out. And she said, I'm his fiance. And they did look in love. They was all through the park and they looked like a lovely couple. But the baby is staying with Olga. And Olga breathed a sigh of relief when he gave her permission. But Olga, I'm telling you, wake up, read. Don't be ignorant concerning the laws as it relates to your baby. Don't lay down on your back and let some mofo just tell you what you can and you can't do with your own baby. That's your baby. That's your baby. Thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. Thank you. So the next person we see is the damn Colt and Larissa. I think this person has something they really wanted me to read. Let me see what they wanted me to read. Let me get these glasses. I'm sorry, y'all. Merry Christmas, Auntie. Thank you for your reviews. You finished, Janice. I said you finished. You're welcome, Janice. Olga, please wake up. We want to help you. Okay. So the next person we got is Colt and Larissa. All right. Colt and Larissa came downstairs, basically in the house and everything, and they dumping the trash. Debbie standing up at the counter like, hold on, let me get Debbie together. Let me get Debbie together. Debbie like that. Debbie rolling her eyes and she looking like. Debbie took and whispered over to Colt. She said, she a bitch. Debbie said, I'm giving that bitch the under eye. Okay, I'm giving that bitch the under eye today. I'm looking under my glasses, over my glasses, in between my glasses, on the side of my glasses, got my glasses to the left and to the fucking right, okay? Debbie said, I'm through with this bitch, and every time I see this bitch, I'm going to look at this bitch with my eyes on my glasses like this, okay? Because basically, I want to make sure that I kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to keep my mofo eye up on there, and I'm going to keep it down on my nose so I can't smell that itty bitch when she walk by, okay? So basically, they come downstairs and everything, and they ain't talked in 2 weeks. And so Colt, like, I can't have it like this. I need to have both of my women in my life. I'm a mama's boy, and I need to have both of them in my life and everything. And so, basically, he's like, Larissa goes upstairs and everything. She said, basically, I ain't dealing with it, you know what I'm saying? And so, Larissa going upstairs and everything. Debbie still down there, you know what I'm saying? She, Debbie down there, she flipping through. Let me get something to flip through so I can show y'all how Debbie ass was, okay? Debbie, Debbie was doing like, she was like, what, Colt? Fuck you want? So Colt was like, Mama, how you doing? She was like, I'm doing good. How your ass doing? So basically, Colt was like, I'm all right. She said, so how was the lunch with, what she said, what you doing? She said, I'm looking at some recipes. I'm going, try to find me a recipe to cook some pizza up around this mofo. You see, I don't cook your ass no beef stew no more, right? He was like, yeah. She said, you damn Skippy. Because you got that bitch up in here, okay? You got that bitch in here. So I'm looking through my recipe book. So, basically, Debbie talking to him. She said, so how was it with Andrew? He said, lunch with Andrew was good and it was bad. Basically, I was trying to see if Larissa could be more patient and more kind and everything and trusted. And I found out she could. So Debbie was like, I hear you, whatever the fuck, you just talking. So basically he said, you know what, Mama? She said, what? He said, the real elephant in the room is you. Debbie said, what? Put her stuff up, stood to the side, was like, motherfucker, what you talk about? The real elephant in the room is me. He said, you ain't talked to Larissa in 2 weeks, and I need y'all to get along. Mom said, I ain't fucking with Larissa. I done already told you she ain't good for you. I don't like her ass. Be patient. This bitch is around here doing haymakers and talking about she calling the police on people. So damn well I ain't dealing with her ass. And so Cole was like, come on, Mom. I don't want him to have to try to make a decision between my mother and between my girlfriend. So, basically Debbie said, you know what? She said some terrible things to me, Cole. And I don't know if I can forgive her for that. I don't know if I forgive. She said basically, she need to step to me and apologize to me. So Cole was like, what? She said, the bitch need to apologize to me first. So Cole was like, all right, but I don't want to make a decision because I'm a weak type man and everything. I don't know how to make a decision between the two of you all. Thank you so much for the super chat. And so basically, she's like, well, I don't even know how Cole can marry her ass, basically. You know what I'm saying? She need to apologize to me. I don't think she the one for him. I don't know why he's going to marry her ass. And then she's still, and she's a bitch. And I looked at Debbie's mouth, and it looked like it was slow motion like this. She said, I said, Debbie ain't playing no more. So the next thing, we see, Debbie and Larissa, they go to the nail shop because, she like cold thick, want me to, get along with Debbie. But Debbie slick. You understand what I'm saying? She like the cats and everything. And so basically they went to the nail shop because Larissa's like, look, I'm right at the finish line of getting this daggone green card, and I need to work this out with Colty, okay? So basically they sitting in the shop and everything, so they in and they doing what they do with the whoop whoop the boop boop. Oh, wait a minute, is my boys out here? Jordan and Alex? Hold up. Oh my God, hi Jordan, hi Alex. There's a nation of recap. Oh my God, I've never had them out here, or at least I've never seen them before. Hi guys. I love them. I love them. So anyway, okay, let me get all right. So basically, they sitting there in coat, she's sitting there, and she's like, they both got their own little manicurists and everything. I went to the manicurist today, my daughter and I. And so, they sitting in everything. So, it's like, woo, something. Okay, corral up in that joy. Because, neither one of us wants to be the first to say. Okay? So, basically, they sitting there and everything, so Debbie like, wait a minute, hold on. Debbie like, and Larissa's like, and Debbie like, what kind of paint color you want on your nails? So she like, I don't know what you think. You got something pretty, maybe something pink. And so they say, well, what color you want on your nails, Larissa? Larissa said, oh, give me your nasty ass glitter on my on my nails. And so, they compete and everything, with the nail colors. Because, as women, them nail colors is important to us. And so basically, she says, and what brings y'all in here? So Larissa said, I'm getting married. So Debbie was like, ooh, looking over them glasses. And so Larissa was like, da-da-da-da. So basically, they sit in there. They're getting their nails done and everything. And she said, is that your mother-in-law? So Larissa was like, yeah. Debbie was like, yeah, what's up with it? So, she was like, we having some problems. And so the manicurist was like, yeah, me and my mother-in-law, we had some problems. We was beefing with each other. And she decided that she was going to go ahead and take me out to lunch. And so, Larissa was like, oh, okay. So basically, at the short to the long of it, is that basically Larissa apologized to Debbie first. Debbie got that apology in that she felt like she so rightfully deserved. And so at that point, they were able to admit that they both had been bitches and that they both, was playing hardball and that, Debbie was like, basically, understand that Colt loves you. Debbie even told her, I am willing to move out and get my own place. And Larissa said, no. I want you to stay in the house because you're part of the damn fabric of the house. And you got your slot machine in there. We just went on and brought some new furniture. And so basically, I don't want to see you go. I really would like for you to stay here because it's important to Colty and it's important to me that I get that mofo green card. So right now, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to play a good old daughter-in-law right until I walk down the aisle with this $150 Goodwill dress on, say I do to this mofo, and have him be responsible for me for the next goddamn 10 years, okay? And so basically, Larissa tells her that she loves Cole 1000%, and they are ecstatic. They walk out and they got their nails done. Now the last couple we're gonna be talking about is that damn Ashley and Jay. Okay, so basically it's Ashley and Jay's wedding day. These mofos. Okay, I'm gonna try to get through this without laughing. I'm gonna try to get through this one. Okay, so Jay tells Ashley that, go ahead on to get ready, boo. This is our day. He feels like he's giving up his life to Ashley. But then again, he feels like he's going to be tied down for the rest of his life. This mofo, like my daughter said, can't even say that I don't want to do this anymore. Like, he doesn't want to do this. He does not want to marry Ashley. It is so apparent that he does not want to marry her. And so basically he's like, I'm giving my life up. I'm happy. I'm tap dancing. You know what I'm saying? I'm Vimberine and I'm tap dancing. He doesn't want to do it. He knows this is something that he has to do in order to reach the ultimate goal. The green card. But for him, that mofo is gold. Okay? So he gets his little red bama suit together, his little bozo the clown bow tie with the glitter on it, and he is ready. Ashley, basically has makeup artists come into the room. She's like, this isn't my dream day. This isn't what I imagined to do. I don't have my friends here. I don't have my family here. Nobody's here to hold my dress. I got these makeup artists that don't even know me. And I don't know them. They're in here asking me, how did I meet this man? And basically, I tell another lie. I met him in Jamaica at a wedding. And, and basically, I'm getting ready to get married. And so we see her get in the limo, okay? And she drives in the limo from the hotel, I guess, to the little wedding chapel. Jay is already at the chapel. And, he's basically waiting on her. And so basically we see, her coming down the aisle, and the both of them have already talked and shared and talked about how they really don't want to do this. Okay. We don't even have to read in between the lines with them. They don't want to walk through and do this. And so the next thing you know, she's coming through the aisle, and we see none other than Elvis Presley. Yes, bitches, Elvis Presley is not dead. He was in the house. He's at the wedding chapel. He is now a minister. And so Ashley comes in with her flowers, right? And he got a guitar up there. Rhinestone sleeves and the whole works, okay? And he is playing Amazing Grace. How sweet. And only the way that Elvis could do it, right? So I'm sitting up here like, what the fuck is going on? So they got Elvis and she coming down here. And I'm like, if this isn't sad, hold on, y'all. So basically, she's walking down the aisle, and Elvis, I said, no. After Elvis finished playing and Jay is standing over there, Jay said, when she came through the door, his feet went numb. I said, what do you mean his feet went numb? He said, I felt like I was walking on a cloud. Yeah, mofo, you was, because Elvis did. Y'all was having an out-of-body experience. So basically, Elvis, brings her down the aisle and everything. He gets behind the pulpit. And not only is he the damn entertainment, he's a minister too. Y'all, I was done. I was done with Elvis. So basically, y'all, I gotta read this. Oh my God, I gotta read this. So, basically, Ashley said this is a happy day and a sad day because nobody's with her. So basically, the Elvis tells Jay, grab my hand, Jay. So basically, Jay, he's like, so Jay, repeat after me. He said, Jay, repeat after me. So Jay's like, what? He's like, okay. He says, I promise to always. Okay, wait a minute. So Jay, repeat after me. I promise to always love you tender and never leave you in heartbreak hotel. So Jay can't even get it out because these is Elvis Presley's lyrics, right? And so basically, when it's Ashley's turn, he tells Ashley to say, I promise to take you as my hunker burning love and always love you tender and never return you to the center. TLC on it. Then he tells her to say, you will always be my loving teddy bear. Let me tell you, I don't mean to be laughing like this, but I'm trying to tell you, if I ever went somewhere and got married and the mofo was standing up there in an Elvis Presley costume and he got me doing my wedding vows with Elvis Presley lyrics, I'm going to try to tell you now, I would poop and pee on myself standing right there laughing so hard. Anytime this mofo going to tell her I promise to take you as my hunker burning love. Okay. So basically they married. We see Ashley and the daggone limo going back with Jay. And regret is all over both of their faces. I've never seen a bride look so sad. Ashley, the reality of what Ashley has done has hit that ass smack dead in the face. It absolutely was the look of regret on her face. What a sad, sad, sad state of affairs for Ashley. So the next day, we see Ashley's ass sitting on the sofa, watching the producers walking back and forth. Ashley is in purity, shock, remorse, regret. She's humiliated, embarrassed, dumb. Dumb. This is the dumb woman. This is the same woman who said, okay? The same woman who said that if Jesus Christ himself came down and sat on her lap and told her that this mofo was cheating, she wouldn't believe him. Well, I guess Satan came and told her and whispered in her fucking ear on FaceTime and told her. And now the bitch believe it. Okay? Basically, Ashley was sitting that ass up there. Oh, yeah, I got to call into Natalie. Okay? Bloop. Ashley was sitting up there. She told the producers that at 12 midnight, after midnight, Jay was FaceTiming a bitch. Okay? Said the bitch was calling in on FaceTime. And she was like, what's going on, Jay? What's going on with this woman that's calling you on FaceTime? He said, oh, this is one of the women that wants to get a tattoo. Excuse me. She said, oh, well, why is she calling you at midnight? Don't nothing but booty calls and bars open up. Booty call, bars, and legs open up after midnight, mofo. And so Jay is trying to tell her it's a woman for a tattoo. So you know what Ashley did? She said, fuck it. I'm going to find out on my own. She called the bitch back. She basically got her information and reached out to the bitch herself. And she said, hey, this is Ashley. I'm calling because you are FaceTiming, texting my man, okay, Skyping, and some more stuff. My man after midnight, my husband, and I want to know what's going on. And the girl said, oh, are you talking about the Jamaican man I met on Tinder? Are you talking about him? Are you talking about the Jamaican man I met on Tinder? Love me tender. Love me sweet. That's what you get for fucking with Elvis Presley, okay? Love me tender. Love me sweet. He wasn't doing nothing but complete lyrics for Elvis Presley. You understand what I'm saying? Come on now. That's all DJ was doing. He was just loving them tender and loving them sweet. That's all. You fucking gonna put Elvis in his face. Okay. So basically, the young lady goes on to tell her that Jay told her that he had just got here from Jamaica, that he was happy to be here. He had been staying with family, okay? And he wanted to meet up with her that weekend. This was 1 week after Ashley got home that she found out about this. But then she found out that he opened a Tinder account 1 day after their asses got home from their Elvis concert. 1 day after Jay got home. And she has the nerve to say that I was at Natalie's house when I found out. Did you hear what I said? I was at Natalie's house. Natalie always knew. I knew too. There were so many signs, and I chose to ignore them. And I chose to treat my friend Natalie like trash because I didn't want the trash directly in my face. And so instead of me taking responsibility for the dick that I got, that's a rotten dick, a no good dick, a filthy dick, I chose to drag my friend through social media. That's what I chose to do. I chose to make it appear that she was a bad person because I didn't want to face up that I married a cheater that I knew cheated on me in Jamaica. So I dogged my girlfriend out. You low down, good for nothing, Elvis loving. So everybody that sat there and put all those nasty things up underneath Natalie's interview, Ashley herself said that Natalie was right. Natalie said she knew it was Natalie said that she knew that it was a matter of time before Jay cheated and before the blinders came off of her eyes. Because basically, Jay is loving them tenderly. And then he comes into the house guilty, driving her vehicle She says, I can't even get out of it. I can't even put him out. Because according to the law, I'm responsible for this mofo for 10 long years. And I don't know why. I'm slap happy about it. Because see, you gonna sit up there and tear somebody down. And have all of these fake stories. And the whole time, this whole thing was fake. You knew that man was cheating all the time. All the time. You know he wasn't any good. But you threw your girlfriend under the bus. Then you sat up there and said you never been with a black man and you done been with multiple black men. If you down with the swirl, bitch, you down with the swirl. And then Natalie told me, Auntie, I meant to tell you that our neighborhood is not a racist neighborhood. That there are multiple couples in the neighborhood who are biracial or dating people of different races. She said, Auntie, I don't know why she felt like she had to tell that lie. Why? Because you wanted to be the innocent, naive, dumb, victimized woman. That's how you wanted to portray yourself. And here you sitting at Natalie's house. The one who came riding on the infamous scooter. Did you ride a scooter back to her house? But you found out that Natalie was telling the truth? And see how TLC just threw that in there? That's why you can't believe everything you see. You have to learn how to dig deeper. You got to learn how to take the blinders off and not believe everything you see. And then I got a lot of criticism for my interview with Natalie. But now I feel vindicated. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. I feel vindicated now. Even though I had a conversation with Natalie, I'm glad it played out on the screen. I'm glad it played out on the screen. Natalie was right the whole time. Jay came up in that mofo and said, do you want to talk about it? He said, the only way I'm going to take my black ass up out of here is if she called the police. He played that Jamaican game on her. He ran mad game and Natalie tried to warn her damn ass. And now here you with this horrid mofo that you got to pretend, in my opinion, allegedly, that you love and you happy with on Instagram. And I said to Natalie, anytime she keep going in and out of the hospital like that and her lupus is flaring up over and over and over, she has got to be stressed because stress will make your lupus flare up. She don't look good. In the episode when she was sitting there and he was drinking this baby sip up and she was drinking wine, she said the reason why she looked like that is because she had been sick with lupus. We just saw a couple of weeks ago on Instagram that she was back in the hospital again with her lupus flaring up. The mofo driving her crazy and she's stuck with the bitch for 10 fucking years. And you got us all laughing at Natalie and thinking Natalie is the asshole. Natalie is the one that is causing all the confusion. Natalie is jealous. Natalie is envious. Natalie got a fine-ass black man. Okay? And 3 beautiful children. And getting ready to get married, and I'm going to take one of you all. I'm going to take you with me to Natalie's wedding, and I hope Ashley's ass is there because I'm gonna try to tell you, boo. I'm from DC. I rap with the best of them. You can step up to my face if you want to. So anyway, come to find out, Jay said he ain't going nowhere. Let me tell you something. They know their rights. They know how to get over when they bring their asses over here. They know how to call 911, goddammit. They know how to, um, what their rights are domestically. They know what they can do and what they can't do. They know how much it costs. They know the whole nine nickel. And Jay sat up there and turned into Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde because he said, I'm not going anywhere. Not one damn place unless the police put me out. Now, if that ain't a black man, I don't know who it is. Because a black man will come up in your mofo house, okay? Got the t-shirt. Black man will come up in your mofo house and stay 29 days and a half. And then tell the law, the law that he's a resident because he been up in that bitch for 30 days. Okay? They know their rights. They know the law. They may think they don't. And they may act like they stupid and that they in love with you. But let me tell you something. Jay flipped the script up on her ass and said, bitch, do you want to talk about this or not? And she's sitting up there miserable as hell. No wonder your lupus is flaring up. And I don't wish lupus on anybody. And I have a lot of friends who have lupus and who are struggling with it. And so I don't take it lightly. And I'm not making fun of women who have lupus. I'm just saying, now I understand, like I told Natalie, why it keeps flaring up. Because you got this mofo up in your house. And he's going to tell you the reason why he called these women or reached out to these women on Tinder is because he was bored. The only thing bored about him is his third leg sitting in the front of his body, okay? The thing he say is so heavy. You got to be careful, Ashley, when you marry beautiful men. Because beautiful men, I digress. I'm going to get off of that. But anyway, so if I had to rate this episode, I absolutely would rate it a B. On Wednesday, I will be doing another exclusive interview. Yes, the day after Christmas, I will be coming out and doing an exclusive interview with another cast member of 90 Day Fiance. I am not giving y'all any hints. About who it will be. I just want you all to stay tuned. Look, this is the last time that we will be talking with one another before the Christmas holiday. And for all of you all who celebrated, I am praying that you have a very happy Christmas and that you spend time with your family and your friends. I'm praying that everything that you want to be under the tree is under that tree for you. I am praying that you are optimistic about what is going to be happening in your life for the upcoming new year, regardless of what is going on around us in this country. We pray for this country. We love the United States of America. We are united in love and in brotherhood with one another. Please drive. If you're going to be drinking, don't drink and drive. Make sure you have a designated driver. If you plan on drinking anything, stay sober or get your ass pulled over. But at the end of the day, I want to see you all back here in this place, okay? If you need to reach out to me, I'm going to have my lines open on Christmas Eve for all of those people who may be spending the holiday in the hospital or alone. And if you just want to be able to reach out and talk to your auntie, I will have my phone lines open for a couple of hours. I will put an announcement out here on YouTube so that you know what number to call and what time of the day I'll be taking those phone calls, because I will be spending time with my family as well. But I want to extend myself and I want to make myself available because I am not am not ignorant to the fact that some of you are in the hospital. I've had many of you all to reach out to me about different things that are going on in your life. I know a lot of you all have lost your family members as well. And I want to just make sure that I extend my heart, my love, and my time to you on Christmas Eve. I love you all to pieces. Thank you so much to the nation of recap for being out here. Jordan and Alex are fantastic. Every time I get an opportunity to be on their channel, I am on it. So so if you all have an opportunity to go out there and watch those two guys do what they do recaps on 90 Day Fiance, and they just wrapped up Survivor, and they are doing Love After Lockup. So if you want to go out and hear a different perspective, feel free to go out and watch those two guys. Alex is also I believe he is the moderator of 90 Day Love After Lockup on Reddit. So if you get an opportunity, go out and check them out. I love you all to pieces, and I will see you all soon. Merry, Merry Christmas. Mwah. Bye-bye.